Hey guys, so I thought I'd continue on with this little video teaching session thing. Because I am a lot more comfortable teaching to this camera than teaching to you guys live, is it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit weird for me. But I'm always trying to improve my teaching on this video format, so please let me know on how I can further improve. And yeah, I'm getting better with these systems and stuff like that, like editing and stuff like that, so I'm hoping that you guys really do appreciate it, and if there is any way I can improve, please let me know. Remember, linear equation has a formula, and it's usually got an x, usually got an y, but in 3D, let's just focus on the x. So it's got to ask you to solve for x. Imagine the equation 8 plus x equals 15. With x, it just seems too complicated, so let's change that to 8 plus an empty square, like you've done in primary school, equals 15. What is that empty square? That's pretty much what it's asking you. X is pretty much that empty square. You're trying to find x. So what you do, you minus 8 on each side. So 8 minus 15 equals 7. So that x equals 7, because 8 plus 7 equals 7. 8 plus 7 equals 15, sorry. So remember that this stuff may seem difficult. This stuff may be confusing and all, but if you simplify it to what you already know, because you do already know this stuff, you guys will crush it. Alright, so now, this is the first part of it. So this is to find the perimeter of the shape. You're trying to find the equation. So P obviously means perimeter. So P equals, you just add them all up. So X, which is one side, plus 5, which is the other side, plus 7. And obviously you have to simplify. X plus 5 plus 7 equals 12. And that's it. P equals X plus 12. That's all you need to do. Very easy, very simple, but obviously with X's, with algebra, it gets really overcomplicated. So I thought I'd quickly go through a question. So it's a worded question. So I thought we'd go through one because I don't want you to trip up on just the unessential things. So the cost of printing cards is $70 plus $2.50 per card. Kate paid $115.15. How many cards were printed? Very short. There's not much filler, but I thought I'll go through this one because there is a fair few in this chapter that are a bit difficult, especially question 11. But I'll go through this one. I've changed the numbers around so it doesn't really matter, and we'll see how we go. So this is the question. So if you guys want to pause it, try doing it yourself and see how you go. So because I'm pretty sure a lot of you have done, those who are doing the work have all done 3D. Most of you have done 3D, so you guys should know how to do this, and I want you to pause it, try doing it yourself, and see if you get the same answer as me. Alright, so all the information that you need is here. So the principal, so the starting fee is $70. So even before you even print any cards, it's $70 plus $2.50 per card. She's paying $115.50. So I'm gonna let X equal per card. So I'm gonna write it in the formula. So it is 250 X plus 70 equals 115.50. Now I'm going to solve it. So now it's, I'm going to take away 70 from each side. So it is 250 X equals 115.5 minus 70, which equals 45.5. $45.50. Next, what you do is you divide each side by 2.50. Because remember, you're trying to get x on its own. So then x will equal 18.20. But because, think about it, so we're trying to find how many cards were printed. The answer isn't 18.00, is it? Because you can't print 18 cards and then 0.2 of another card. So the answer will be x will equal 18 cards. You can get tricked out a lot. So these worded questions have a lot of this thing called filler. You need to make sure that you pass the filler. Remember to look at the numbers. You look past the filler and you'll get a result. Now we're going to start 3E. So 3E is literal equations. Similar to the last exercise, honestly. So pretty much you're trying to rearrange a equation to find x or y or so on. So you're just trying to find the equation. Sometimes later on, they'll, and usually later on with linear equations, they'll give you numbers to find those letters. But for the start, it's just rearranging it. Let's say we're given the equation sx minus ty equals 5. And we're trying to find x. So firstly, what we'll do would obviously rewrite it. Because I like it to be right in front of me. So it'll be sx minus ty equals 5. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to add ty to each side. So you plus ty and you plus ty. So it will be sx equals ty plus 5. Next, what you have to do is you just have to divide s on each side. And then divide by s. So now it will be x equals ty plus 5 over s. With this information that you know to find x, I want you to now find y with this equation. So I want you to pause it. It's got to jump to the answer, but I want you to find it before you look at the answers. Alright guys, so this is what I got. So I firstly wrote the equation sx plus ty equals 5. Then I took sx from both sides. So it's negative ty equals 5 minus sx. And then I divided negative t on both sides. So I should have done that, my bad. Negative t and then negative t. And that equaled negative 5 over t plus sx. Remember that because this is a negative, it changes to a positive. Just make sure that you don't get confused with this stuff, because it can get confusing. And it is easy to get lost in what you're doing. So make sure that always, like at the start especially, make these notations at the top. After you get comfortable with it, you don't need to. But at the start, make sure that you do that. The surface area of a cylinder is S equals 2 pi r bracket r plus h. So to find 5 over h, 2 pi r, what you have to do is you do 2 pi r
Why am I so bad
h,
at this?
and then you're dividing that by 2 pi r. And you also do that to the same side, because remember, whatever you do to this side, you do to this side. And then that will equal r plus h, which equals s. That looks like a 5, but that is an s. S over 2 pi r. And then you minus the r on each side. So if you minus r on this side, you minus r on this side, then h will equal s over 2 pi r minus r. It is confusing and stuff like that, but it is pretty much all you need to remember is whatever you to do this side, you do to this side. If it's a multiplication like it is between here and here, you divide. If it's a division, you times. Addition, subtract. Subtract, you add. But whatever you do to this side, you do to this side. Alright guys, so I thought I would quickly make this because my camera is being stupid. But so I wanted to make this to tell you guys that I want you to work hard through D, E, and F. Because even though I spent like not much time on F, it is still very important. There's not much theory towards F, but it's a lot of worded questions, a lot of questions that you can trip up on. E, very important because both E and F are very important because linear equations are all about rearranging it to find a pronumeral, a letter, a missing number. That's what this whole chapter is all about, and E and F are very integral. D is very good in the sense that it's showing you what you need to achieve. It's showing you this is the start of it. It's giving you like a step-by-step guide. Make sure to look through this video. If you have anything that you think that I can improve through this video, please let me know. I am learning as much as you guys are. I am learning how to better teach through this. And the thing is, I probably won't understand how to properly teach until we go back to school. I can tell I won't get used to this until it's time to go back. And that is very true. I will not get used to this until it's time to go back. As you can see, there is a background of a mountaintop. And that's because that's where we all want to be. we all want to be outside together, but we can't do that. So I thought maybe putting some inspirational, motivational pictures up there may strive you guys to do some maths work. Probably not, but it's a good thought to have. But yeah, I'm hoping you do like it. I'm trying really hard with this whole editing thing. I'm very new to it. But yeah, wish you all the best. Stay inside, and yeah, make sure to stay in contact.